Hi Ash.
Hi Rajesh.
Okay.
Hi Rajesh.
Hi Soumya.
How are you doing? Seems to be very busy today.
Yeah, previous sessions were going on, so sometimes
Okay.
happens they have lots of questions and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have to answer it out. So that
Yeah, that
takes time.
understand. Uh, okay.
Okay. So today we will understand these few concepts. Okay, let me actually fix up the agenda today. These are very, very important before we move further. Uh, let me fix up the scone. Okay, so Hadoop, NoSQL database, cloud computing, machine learning, and AI. So these are the again comes under the big data technologies, right? So this is a small overview which we have to understand, right? And another thing is, okay, so if you want, actually, Soumya, you were writing it off. So this is for the this comes under big data technologies overview, right? Hello, you can hear me, right?
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay, so okay, forget it. So if I take this one, yeah. So this is about the big data overview, right? So we will look into this. Okay. So moreover, another thing which they have suggested me is about also taking over some of the questions that can be asked in the interview. So whatever we
Mhm.
have done, we will take some questions. But before that, we will also take some real life scenarios and understand that how, where the big data will be useful, right? Big data being useful. Okay. So this is again very much important for us to understand. Okay. In special consideration, actually, uh, again, I'm taking some also the question and answers for interviews. Right? So this is specifically actually the instructions given from their end just today. So that is why I'm taking this specially. Right. Okay. Now, I will also give you, not wasting time, I will give you some commands, right, that can be used for installing the Hadoop, right? So why I am giving this is because this is going to take some time, right, to install Hadoop. Why? Because even if I am downloading the package of, say, Hadoop, it is of it is of 628 MB, right? 628 MB, right? And if I am installing this one, so it is almost comes to 15 GB. Right? So such a huge package it is. Right? So even if I am going and installing this, it is going to take some time. So better what I will do is, so don't worry, we are going to install this, but I will also give you the commands so that you folks can also try it out. If not, we will do it, right? And we will take care from there, right? So this is what is our today agenda. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, let me give you a real life scenario. Okay. And let me have, let me, okay, you tell me what should be the solution over here. Okay. Let me pose that question first, and then we will go ahead and have the all the understanding of Hadoop and all these technologies. Okay. So okay. Now this is what we have. Yeah. So you tell me how I should be proceeding if I have the situation like this. Right? So okay. So now what it is saying, a healthcare facility. Now this is again a very large hospital we have. So data source is electronic HRS, patient feedback, wearable health devices. So all this data has to be stored. So objective is enhance the patient care, predict patient outcomes, reduce readmission rates, and streamline operations. Right. So what is this actually saying is we have so much of data. Okay, so what should be the solution over here so that once I go ahead and implement it, I can achieve all these objectives. That is, enhance patient care means if I am having the data proper, I can go and have the proper. Yeah, so I can go ahead and have the proper the patient care, that I can enhance the patient care, predict patient outcomes, reduce the readmission rates, and streamline operations. Okay. So considering such a huge data, what do you think? How can I go ahead and implement the stage? Okay. So you got this, right? What I am doing, saying over here.
Yes, Rajesh.
So I want to improve. See, there is a large amount of data which we have, right? So the data is saying that the data source is electronic healthcare. So, okay, let me actually come back over here. See, there is a healthcare department which they are having what different types of data coming, and the data is EHRS, that is electronic health records. Next is about the patient feedback. Then it is health devices. This talks and all the data is there. And the third is laboratory results. Right? So we have this type of data which is actually coming from the third party source or from their internal source. Take it like this. Right? Now, this data has to be properly added, right, so that I can enhance the patient, or I can enhance the caring of patient means each and every patient, if I have the proper feedback added, right, within my data center or within my database, I can analyze the data properly where I can implement the solutions where I can go ahead and take care of all my patients. So that is the first objective which I need to achieve. Second is about the patient outcomes. So predict patient outcomes. How I have laboratory results, I have health records, etc. So using this data, I can predict my patient that if there is any serious issues or what surgery is required, etc., etc. So this is what again I need to cover. Third is reduce readmission rates. Means now, if I am having proper data, right, I can analyze the data, okay, that a proper surgery has carried over on this patient, right, and it will take some time. But if there is any issues coming up, rising up again, I can go ahead and immediately see that, okay, this is what the treatment has been done, right? And I can go ahead and just give him some tablets or so or other medications which can help him. So this is again reduce the readmission rates. So if I reduce the readmission rates means I can take more and more new cases, right? And my earning will be more. Okay? And streamline operations. Streamline operations means say lots of HAPSA data or the raw data is coming in. Okay, I need a whole process, okay, which is called as ETL, where I can format the data properly and add the data over here, right? So if that is the case which I need to achieve, right, and I have to take care, how can I implement the solution step by step? This is what the objective is. So if anybody can let me know what and how you can start. Everybody both have understood the whole objective, what is the ask, what has to be achieved, etc., right? Ash, I think Somya has gone.
Yeah, Rajesh.
Okay. So you understood the task, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So you tell me how can I implement or what steps I will implement so that I can achieve the best solution over here.
Uh, no idea, Rajesh.
Okay. Somya is also not there. Okay. I will wait for Somya for some time. Otherwise,
Shall we message her, like, if she's going to join or?
okay. Let me check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, she has joined. Okay. So what should be the solution over here? Soumya, we discussed about all the situations over here. So just wanted to understand if you have, or Ash, if you have any solutions over here, how we can proceed, because this type of questions can be asked in the interviews. They can pose such kind of a real scenario and they will ask what steps you will take to implement to ensure that you are pushing the data well, you are analyzing the data correctly, and you are achieving the objective. So what things you think that should be implemented over here?
Load each patient data first.
Mhm. Okay. So first implementation steps which I will consider is this one. Okay. So this is about data integration and the management. Now understand this properly. So this is integrate data from various resources like EHR, variable, and patient feedback, and ensure data quality and consistency for analysis. So integrate data properly. Okay. So means if I am getting this data that is EHRS, for example, I say I am getting in JSON, and then lab result I am getting in the say table format, and the patient feedback if I am getting it in XML, right? So what it is saying that you should have a proper tools, right, which can actually help to format this data correctly. And which is the other data for this one, or which is the tools for this one? So the tools for this is again Terraform also, or Teradata, Terraform, right? Now,
These is to just sync the data, Terraform and
yeah,
Teradata.
this
Okay.
is only to sync the data. This will actually help us to format the data. Now, syncing, even though we have these tools, okay, we should be having also some teams available which will be ensuring and checking all the data, right? And that is why today
You mean
data,
to say the previous records of the particular patient or something like that, or
okay, again, not only the particular
anything?
record. See, this I told you, I gave a scenario. Say, suppose EHRS data is coming in JSON format, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lab reports are coming in table format. Patient
Okay.
feedback if I'm getting in XML format, right?
Yes.
Device is in the RDBMS format, right? So these all formats are different.
Yes.
Now, I need to have some consistency, or the data should be qualitative enough so that can be helpful for analysis, right? So what should
Means
I do?
user understandable
User
format.
understandable format, yes. So there should be some tools available which will be helping me to and transfer this data in the proper format where I can
Mm-hmm.
push this data into my data center, right?
Okay.
Say suppose this RDBMS data is in Oracle. XML, we have the XML files. Table, again, we have say in say MySQL, and the JSON format is MongoDB.
Okay.
So these are all the data coming from these all databases, right? If this is the data coming from all these databases, means I should be having some scope or some tools over here which can format the data into the format which I require, right? Now,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
this again, whole formatting which is done, and this is done by the data engineers first, right? And that is why data engineers are in very much demand at this current moment, right? And
Mm-hmm.
third, data analysis. So we have data analyst, we have
Mm-hmm.
data engineer. So data analyst is different, data engineer is different. Data analysis
Means
will do, yeah, will just do some analysis and present in the visual form, right?
okay.
And he will just present that, okay, For example, McDonald wants to open a his branch in this area, right? So they will hire this analyst where they already have the data. So he will do some formatting, produce in the visual format, and then he will give back the dashboard to the higher management. Okay. And they will do some analysis and take decision if it is profitable or not profitable. But the data on which the analysis or analyst is doing all the visualization, where the proper format is available, that proper format data is done by these engineers.
You mean to say the transformation of data in a particular format, which is user understandable format,
Correct.
that task is performed by data engineer,
Correct.
and analyzing the data which is, updated by the data engineer, or the exact data analyzing the data, exact data
Analysis of data
after
means,
transforming from the original, in different formats. That will
yeah,
be performed by data analyst.
yeah. So data analysts again, what they will do, they will just,
Mm-hmm.
if they have some Power BI tool, right? So they will just
Mm-hmm.
produce the data in the proper visualization format,
Okay.
In the graphical
in
formats,
the
yeah.
graphical format. Yes. Now, there is another guys who is called as data scientist. Okay. For example, for McDonald, final decision they want to take is that 100% confirm that I should open the branch in this area. So these guys will apply some algorithms and then finalize the business decisions. Right? So that is done by the data scientist. So this is the difference again. Data analyst, data engineers, and data scientist. And data
Right.
scientists are considered as the last guys who are helpful in taking or making decisions. Getting it right now? So, okay, let us give
Okay. The
again
final decisions are made by data scientists.
correct. Let us take again a real example. Suppose I'm taking another banking application, which I already gave it to you, right? So this is ICICI Bank, right? Now, they are having or they are receiving the data in different formats, right? So what they will do is they want that all this data should be have in a proper format. So they will perform the ETL, that is extract, transform, and load. So this will be done by data engineers. So again, if they are having the proper data, after this, they will push the proper data into data center. Now, before taking any decision, they want to see all the data, or say, okay, they want to see the 5-year data, right? If this product, XYZ product, is still working or not, for example, right? So they will ask a data analyst to produce and have these all other visualized graphs which can help them to understand if this product is working or not. Correct? So he will just produce a proper visualization dashboard. Then now he will just present it to the higher management. Higher management will look, okay, understand this data. They will just play here and there. Now what they will say is, do we need to still continue this product, or we should launch a new product? right? So what is this? This is totally a new business decision that we have to take. So if they want to take a business decision, of course, a CEO will be taking, or if ICICI, the CEO, I don't know what the name of the CEO right now is, but he wants to take a decision that I want to continue with this or not. So he will not be relying only on the data analyst part. So what he will do is he will ask the data scientist to have this much of thresholds. He will just give him all the attributes. He will tell him that, okay, give me if and buts, okay, all the analysis of data, and so that we can take a business decision that if this product needs to be continued or a new product should be launched. Okay. So this data scientist, on the basis of all data, he will write an algorithm, okay, which will actually give me some data, means some values, right? Or some readings, you can say. Okay. Using these readings, right? Now, data senior management will always have some readings or some thresholds, okay, already fixed. Okay. For example, for say the rate of interest, for this one, rate of interest that was achieved is 5.4%. Now the analysis is that because this is already successful and I introduce some more things within this product, I see that I can achieve the rate of interest or the rate of return is 6%. Right? So now what? Now what data scientist has done for this? He has given a clarity, right? That if we are going with this or the new product, of course, I am going to achieve more revenue. Yeah. Right? And all that proofs are there, right? So the senior management then has to take just a small decision and implement this solution so that we are achieving the business goal then. Right? Understood the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, coming back to this one, which we were seeing above, yeah. So we should be integrating the data properly, and we should ensure that the consistency and the quality is maintained for analysis. So this is the first step which I will be implementing, right? So anytime any question asked like this, right, you will always answer first with this sentences. So again, so you can see that these are the keywords which are being used over here. And to reveal these
Okay.
keywords are very, very much important, right? Because you are saying consistency, quality, right? And analysis. So
Okay.
these are the keywords which you should always, okay, answer out when any question is asked by the interviewer. Okay. Second step which I will be taking is, so let me pull up the second step. Stuck up. Okay. Big data platform. Now what it is saying, implement a big data capable of handling large volumes and varieties of data. First time. Now, Terraform, I said. Now, Terraform is actually a wonderful tool, I will say, right, where which most of the things are actually possible using this, right? First. Second, So there are other many tools like Spark, which is also useful to write. We can write queries over here, yeah, and implement the big data concepts over here. So all these tools which are available over here like Terraform and so they are having some cost. Now what I want is I should be implementing that tool which is not expensive and can satisfy both the nitty-gritties. If I say nitty-gritties in the sense is, I will explain. Say I can also store my RDBMS data perfectly, and I can also store my NoSQL data without any hiccups. Okay, so this Hadoop is a tool which is having the combination of, say what, combination of the NoSQL plus the RDBMS, right? And using this, I can store large amount and varieties of data, right? And it is similarly saying utilize technologies like Hadoop, Spark, and cloud-based analytics tools. Cloud-based analytics tools is again a costly tool. Anybody can say why it is so costly?
Because of more amount of data that will be processed.
Okay. Cloud analytics tool
Mm-hmm.
okay, is based on, or it has a concept of pay as you
As
That's
use.
you
right.
go. Yeah.
So if I'm
Because how much
having,
we are saving, how much we have to pay.
correct, if
That much
I'm
we have to
using,
pay.
if I'm using terabyte of data, so here cloud server is enough to actually handle this. It is very clever enough. And it is also dynamic and scalable. But the more I use it, I have to shell out that much of money. And here, that is why this cloud again fails. So then we have to again go for Hadoop. Yeah. Hadoop, yes, perfectly if I'm having the physical hardware, right, this is the best combination. But again, right now, the tools and the hardware which we are right now having, this physical hardware again has limitations. Okay. So I cannot go ahead because the highest hard disk available, right, as a physical, okay, it is almost for 2 terabyte we have, right? For supercomputers also, okay, that is all, but this is I am talking about commercial, okay? Commercial for personal use. Yeah. So, but you will not believe that Intel has already the technology to have a hard disk of terabytes, but they have still not introduced this into the market. Why? Why they have not introduced? So if I say memory chips, right, or if I have to have the memory within my laptop, so I can get maximum to 64 GB, but already 1024 GB of RAM chip is already in the market or created by Intel. But why it is not commercially used? This is all marketing gimmick. Right? So what they will do is they will day by day or slowly introduce few things. So if I say 1 terabyte is the latest one, I will say 1.5 is the next one. Example. So if I'm giving different versions like this, I will earn more. Right? Okay. Coming back to our this one, that is we can utilize Hadoop, Spark, and cloud analytics tools. Again, yes, of course, a bigger organizations like ICICI, Amazon, and etc. They are who are well capable. They can go with the combination of cloud analytics plus Hadoop. So this is the deadliest combination which we have into the market for big data. Right? So this is the second step which I can implement if I have this type of a situation. Right? Any questions on this up till now?
So the cloud analytics and Hadoop, only the, I mean, uh, the uh, the biggest companies can
No, there are
use, and
lots
not
of
the mid-level like CMM level 3 and 2 can use them
no,
because it's expensive.
there are lots of tools available in the market. It is not only that there is only one Hadoop. Okay. So, but what has happened is Hadoop, which was introduced way far back in 2005, first it has very large community available where I can get the solutions easily. First. Second, Hadoop is still an open source. Yeah. Third, it can store 30,000 terabytes or terabytes of data. So that much level of flexibility it has. If I say 30,000 terabytes up till now, well, if the what I can say, if the human population is increasing like anything, then it is a problematic. But the pace in which we are going right now, I will say so next 50 years, we are not afraid or we should not be worrying for storing the data further. Right? So coming back to your question, so it is not only Hadoop, but Hadoop being again, it has got very popular. It has again lots of features available. And second, it is still open source. So that is why we go with Hadoop. Right? I hope I answered your question.
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay. Okay. Next will be predictive analytics. So develop predictive models using machine learning algorithms, right? So machine learning again is a totally different subject altogether, but we can have predictive models, right? Predictive models means which helps in predictions, right? Now
Trending
predictions, yeah,
analysis, we can say.
correct. So now machine learning algorithms or AI algorithms or whatsoever we have. So if we are implementing predictive algorithms, it helps into doing some predictions which are very much necessary. For example, if I have something like, or I want to forecast something, okay, I want to do some weather forecast, right? I can create a predictive model for that, which can keep on giving me some values. And on the basis of values, I can predict if it will rain today or not, right? Simple example.
Okay.
Yeah. Then identify patterns and correlations between various health indicators and this one. So this is again the analysis part which is talking about. Right? So analyzing the different patterns and correlations between. So this is the way only you do the analysis, right? And then you come up with the reports, right? If you are using MS SQL, right, there you can also go and implement the big data, which is called as SSIS, right? So go ahead and find out what is more about SSIS, okay, which is again the future product that has been built by Microsoft. Now this is again the tool which is used for big data, right? Correct? Okay. Then the next step which I can go ahead and do is, okay, real-time monitoring and alerts, right? So implement a system for real-time monitoring the patient and the EHS models, right? So real-time monitoring means whatever the data which is coming, okay, I can actually monitor what data is or raw data is coming up to my end. And if there is a data which is not needed, I can actually go ahead and delete it straight away. So this will reduce my burden, right, further. And this is how we can actually automatize, okay, using all these algorithms if we have. And this can be achieved by ML and AI tools. This we can do. Set up alert for healthcare providers for any abnormalities or potential health risk, right? So again, these are the alerts for the abnormalities and the potential health risks. Now, this alerts and everything will be helpful to give more analysis. And if I want to do further analysis or I want to delete the data, I want to keep the data, etc., that can be also taken. And in short, I can take a decision if it is required or not required using this real-time monitoring and alerts, right? Which will reduce my burden further, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the last two steps, which is, okay, very important for us is, that is the continuous analysis and feedback loop. Yes, you should be always open for the feedback. Even today, all the management models are also dependent on the feedback of the customers or customers for the feedback. But here we are going with the healthcare. So we are dependent on the feedback of the patients, right? And then last one is security. This is very, very important security, right? Which we should always be, or our data should be strict adherence to the HIPAA, right? HIPAA is again you can say an institute which will take care or will decide if anything has to be changed or not changed. So they have a full process to do that, right? So again, what happens in healthcare is, so suppose, let me take an example of Novartis company. Okay, so they have created a website. Okay, so this Novartis company cannot go ahead and just directly change any wording of whatever is published on the site. Not possible. So they have to follow lots of processes and approvals. So then only they can go ahead and change it. Right? Otherwise, if anybody wrong information is given over here, they will land in a big trouble. Okay. And that is why it is said to follow the adherence and also implement cyber security measures where we can protect your data properly. Right? So these are all the steps through which we can achieve our objective. This is clear, right, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, thought of covering one scenario. Okay, so just to make you understand that how we can actually achieve this. So they have also told me to give you some assignment, right? So after this call or by morning, tomorrow morning, I will post an assignment which you have to complete and show, right? So that is also we have to start doing it. Okay, so I think that is okay
Okay.
with everybody, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying something?
Nothing. I just want to know if you can provide the recording as well for a review purpose.
Yes, yes, yes. Actually, what happens is this is of 1 hour, and
Mm.
whenever I do the uploading, there is always some issues,
Mm-hmm.
and then I leave behind, and afterwards I forget it. So it's my bad. But let me do one thing.
That's
I
okay.
will just do it today or maximum by tomorrow morning. That is later
Yeah.
by my time. That is 1 a.m. 1 p.m. which I come back from my other task. Right, and I will
Yeah.
upload
Yeah.
it
Sure.
and I will just give you the link from there. So you can start going
Yeah.
through all the list.
Just for reviewing, so that so if we get any task to do, to just have a brush up, we just need some,
Correct.
because the wordings that you use here are not habituated to me, if I
Correct.
say. Yeah.
No worries, no worries. I will
So I
just
just want to go through them. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, now it will become a lot more interesting from here. Lots of things
Yeah.
have to be done, and we will touch base
Yeah.
on the
Sure.
tools. But again, these are the special things which are giving given instructions to me. That is what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am just covering all these things so that it benefits all you folks, right? In that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Understood.
Great. Then let us stop over here again before going and moving out. Again, I will ask if there is any questions or so.
Mm, nothing, Rajesh.
Okay.
We keep
No,
Okay.
on
Rajesh.
going, get more questions.
Okay. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Then, okay, let's stop over here and then again we will meet tomorrow. Yeah. Until then, bye everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye, Rajesh.
Bye, Rajesh.
Bye.